Hello everyone, how's it going for you on this fine Friday? Welcome back to my channel for another custom minifigure showcase video. And today I'll be showing you my highly anticipated showcase video to celebrate the release of Spider-Man No Way Home. And for this video, I have Tom Holland's Spider-Man in his new integrated suit, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man as he appeared in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and Toby Maguire's Spider-Man as he appeared in Spider-Man 3, because his suit doesn't really change throughout his movies that much, so I just decided to do his normal red and blue suit. I've also included Doctor Strange and Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus as he appeared in Spider-Man 2. Now, Toby and Andrew haven't officially been confirmed yet, but I thought this would be a nice way to pay tribute to these actors and these almost 20 years of great Spider-Man movies. So before we begin, please like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get started. Tom Holland's Peter Parker, quite possibly the most balanced Spider-Man. As you all know, I was in a debate on which suit I should do for this showcase, but I did finally decide to do the suit that we saw in the trailer, his new integrated suit, which from my understanding is a mix between his Iron Spider and Far From Home suit. This was actually one of the easier figures I had to make. I took the head and torso from the Spider-Man from the Lego Marvel CMF, painted over the blue parts black, and painted on the giant yellow spider symbol. This, I say, was the easiest figure to make because there really is no visible webbing on the suit. That's what really took up a lot of time on my other two Spider-Men. So that definitely made things a lot easier. And I think the pit figure turned out really well. And Tom Holland, I don't care what people say, was definitely a great casting choice by Marvel. He was young enough to play good Peter Parker and had the right body build for Spider-Man. And I can't wait to see what Sony has in store for the future of the character. So that will wrap up Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Next up, Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme. I knew I wanted to make this figure once we got that first preliminary trailer with him in it. I've actually wanted to make my own Doctor Strange for a while, and was planning on waiting for Multiverse of Madness, but now that that has been delayed, I figured that this was the time. So for Doctor Strange, I started with putting on some painted robe detail that you can see there, and I actually took a different approach with the Eye of Agamotto and decided to sculpt it on because I knew that I would not be able to paint a piece that complex. And I also wanted it to stand out a bit, so I think that worked out really well. Yeah, I just have a normal Doctor Strange cape, some more robe detail on the legs, and I wanted his belt to stand out with sculpted detail too. That's why I sculpted that. I think the thing that really stands out in this figure is the face. Now this, I believe, is my best painted face to date. I finally figured out how to do painted faces. So that is definitely some of my best work by far. I erased the mouth off of a normal figurehead and painted all of the detail that you see here, complementing it with my own custom painted hairpiece. But Doctor Strange is a great character all around. Benedict Cumberbatch did a great job with the character, and I can't wait to see him try to, as he said,
Scooby-Doo this crap
with the multiverse, with Spider-Man and Wanda in the now forever changed MCU. Dr. Otto Octavius, Alfred Molina's Doc Ock. Now this by far is my favorite Spider-Man villain of all time, and the Sam Raimi trilogy was my favorite set of Spider-Man movies. So, as you see here, I again took the same approach as I did with Doctor Strange and made a custom painted face. That is really the only customization I made. The rest is just a purist custom with the torso from Mad-Eye Moody from the Harry Potter CMF a couple years ago, and the legs from Finn from, I want to say, Star Wars The Last Jedi. I also did my own custom octopus arms for him. Let me know in the comments down below if you want a tutorial on how to do these arms. I will gladly do that. And yeah, the arms actually just turned out a lot better than I expected. So that will about do it. Alfred Molina, again, was an excellent casting decision back in 2004 by Sony. And now that he's here in the MCU, I just can't wait to see what they'll do with him in the future. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, as he appeared in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I decided to do his suit from The Amazing Spider-Man 2 because this was the last time we saw him, and I feared that I would not be able to pull off his first suit because it was just too complex with the yellow eyes and all the different coloring. So I already had a perfectly good Spider-Man head lying around that already looked like Andrew's suit. So I touched that up again, made the accents on the suit darker, and added my own custom enlarged spider emblem on the front and back. This was one of the harder ones to do because I did this with not a lot of reference, and I also had to paint a little extra webbing detail on the arms, as you see right there. Not too much, because the torso already had the web detail. So, Andrew Garfield, I gotta be honest, wasn't a perfect Peter Parker, but he truly was an amazing Spider-Man with his battles, his fighting styles, his comical jokes. He just felt the most comic book accurate, I believe. So, if he was a better Peter Parker with a better story, he would be all around perfect. I think the Amazing Spider-Man movies get more hate than they deserve, and I wanted to honor those movies with this figure. Saving the best for last, my favorite Spider-Man, Toby Maguire. Now, this was the figure that I put the most time into, completely starting from scratch with this figure. I don't think there's a single part of it that was left unpainted, which also made it the hardest to make. I started by making my own custom head with full 360-degree wraparound webbing on the head, torso, arms, and, well, not really the legs, but the head, torso, arms, and most of the legs. The torso started out as a blank blue torso that I fully painted with the spider emblems on the front and back. Once again with the wraparound webbing on both sides. The arms were fairly simple with the red stripe right down the middle and just a little more webbing. The legs rounded it off a bit. All I had to do was just add some more webbing to the feet and just do his red boots on three out of the four sides, creating, I think, one of my most detailed figures of all time, or at least right now, and I'm glad it was a figure and a character that I care so much about. Toby Maguire was my childhood Spider-Man and my favorite superhero before I even knew about the MCU, and he just became a great part of my life, and I'm so glad that I got the chance to celebrate the character and his movie. So that's it. Let's wrap this up. And yeah, that will about do it for my Spider-Man No Way Home showcase. I hope all of you will enjoy the movie, and I hope that we get a few more years of great Spider-Man movies in the near future with Tom Holland sticking around to make more movies for the foreseeable future. And yep, that will about do it. So please like and subscribe if you liked this video, and I'll see you on the next one.